Negatively. Welcome in, everybody, as we're coming in. Press Meyer from the state of Louisville. We have Roman Kelly. Roman,
what's up?
What's going on, sir? And of course, Ty Spalding from it's cardinalsports.com. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's the URL. But yeah, rival site. So yeah. Glad to be here.
We're excited, man. We'll probably get into a little recruiting tonight. Get into hopefully a little bit of Louisville basketball on time. So Syracuse and Cal, we are really cheering hard for this to not go into overtime as we approach Louisville and Notre Dame tipping off in Purcell Pavilion tonight.
Got the game cast going on right now. Should I say? I mean, should we do that? We don't. Should I say that James Scott's already missed his first layup?
Oh, really? We've already tipped off. We've
tipped off.
Oh wow, that's not a good
not
start.
a good sign. 0-0 still.
Can we get ACC Network Extra? We could probably get this up.
Now streaming
up and going.
Get a remote.
Can you see? I was gonna say I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure. You guys have access to ESPN Plus?
Yeah.
I was gonna say. But initial thoughts on this game, guys, like, in my opinion, come out and do the same thing that you've been doing, right? Like, come out and Louisville's been going on the road and punching teams in the mouth really quickly.
That quick start has been,
the quick start has been crucial. Let's see.
Braden Shrewsbury hits a 3-pointer.
I don't.
Misses a 3, so we're down 3-0.
I don't like this start.
Not what you want, guys.
Well, not only a 3-0, but not being able to watch it, relying on someone else to give you updates.
No, we can't.
I know we're putting Ty really out of his comfort zone right now.
And it's not giving me an option to watch. Like
it's not giving me an option to watch either.
I can't airplay.
You get it? Yeah,
I have ESPN Plus on my phone, and
I can't.
We blacked out, I'm assuming.
No, it's just not even an option.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah, we had the same thing happen with the women's game. Notre Dame 6-0. Sir Muhammad makes a 3-point jumper.
I thought I saw on Twitter. I believe that's Elijah Muhammad's.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So tough connection there. That is now turned into a 2-point shot from Sir Muhammad. So now it's 5-0. Excellent analysis coming so far on the stream, folks.
This is just
brutal, just a disastrous ending to the Syracuse Cal game. Like, it's just never going to end. Yeah, for whatever reason, we can just not get the stream going. I guess it's blacked out or something, but it is. Make sure you're talking into that mic, Roman.
Yeah, it's Sunday at 8 o'clock. I don't really understand not giving another streaming option ACC Network. I guess they have ACC Network Extra, but why is YouTube TV not catching on to that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, YouTube TV, you're failing us right now. I talk you up so much, and you're failing us.
Rain 3.
There you go.
Rain 3?
Making it rain. So that ties Rain for 4th all time in school history. How about that?
You think he has enough? Assuming we play well into the ACC tournament, and
I think he ties or breaks Taekwon Dean's record in the regular season.
Really?
Yeah. So he has to average 4.3 threes per game over the next 6.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is the slowest moving final minute of a game.
I got it on my phone.
There you go.
If there's any way
if you can cast, Rain has hit a second 3.
You're a little ahead of me.
Am I a little
here.
bit ahead of you? I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
All right, there you go. 5229, Zach. Uh-oh. We may have Louisville basketball on our screens right now, folks. It's trying. Sir Muhammad going off a little bit. Oh,
All right, everyone.
Here we go.
Everyone,
way behind.
Defense. Stop. Let's go. Come on, Rain. Give me another one.
I have a feeling we're going to see a Rain Smith 3 here.
Give me another one.
Oh,
Knock that
that's
down.
deep. That's deep.
Oh, yeah. I love it. Oh, that's the same
love
one. That's
it.
the one we're
Yeah.
seeing. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Never
so it's
mind.
the same one. That's the same one. But
I love it. I love it.
would have been fantastic.
When you have a shooter like that, you're never, down.
So we talked about Sir Haji Muhammad's son. So he posted today on social media that he's cheering for Louisville to win, but he wants his son to score, obviously, 50 points.
That's him right there.
Yes.
He traveled. He took 2 steps before he dribbled.
That never gets called in modern college basketball. Come on.
He used to, man. And it does way more in college than it does in the NBA.
James Scott.
three.
Oh, goodness
in the beginning
gracious.
of the game?
Yeah, so we saw James Scott warming up without the mask, I guess. Oh, my goodness. Is that Burton?
That's Shrewsbury.
Oh, Shrewsbury. There you go.
Got a quick release.
I said when we were off the air before we went live that I was a little worried about this game, given I think Micah Shrewsbury's a better coach than he's shown this year, and Burton and Shrewsbury in the backcourt are capable of getting off. So, and South Bend's just been a house of horrors over the years. So,
Yeah, it's not a fun place to go to play, for sure. And again, I mean, is there no foul down low there on somebody?
Not mad at it.
It's interesting to see, but like that
Hey,
they
Chuck?
just let him play on.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, I mean, but again, another game you're going on the road where Notre Dame's just looking to notch some wins for ACC seeding purposes, just to see if they can, pull an NC State from last year type of run, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
no, you can't call that.
We got a bit of a foul here. Yeah, I was gonna say after the last possession, I'm
Not a lot
surprised
of
that was called a
consistency right
foul.
there.
So,
Mask is down already. I don't think he likes it.
I mean, I wouldn't like it.
Oh, yeah. Why would he? But it seems to be really.
It looks like it. Is that not a slightly different mask than he was wearing last
I'm
game?
sure they changed it up, like the straps. They tried to change it up. I'm sure. The speed art or the speed engineer school. They are the ones who built that for him. So
They're
I'm sure
kind of experimenting.
yeah, tried to edit it up a little bit.
So what do we think so far? Louisville down 10-8 after the first segment of the game. Initial thoughts from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Notre Dame played Boston College their last time out. I believe it went into double overtime, and when I look at Louisville's opponent, I like to watch the recent game to see like where the team's mindset is.
Sure.
Have they thrown in the towel in the season? How is the energy on the bench? And I watched most of that game, and Notre Dame definitely looked like a team, even though they're obviously not in play to make the tournament. They looked like a team that was still trying to get some things out of this season. They were, still running good stuff. And like I said, I think this is a game that it was a little bit different than an NC State or a Boston College. I just have a little bit more respect for Micah Shrewsbury as a coach.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think the guards in the backcourt, we've already seen Shrewsbury get loose, but Marcus Burton is a really good player as well. So I think this is going to be – I don't think you're going to see Louisville jump on Notre Dame like they did NC State.
Yeah, this team's not going to lay down for you, I don't think. Like, you're going to have to gain a lead on this team and continue to put them away. We talked about this a little bit.
If that women's game is over, maybe
Yeah, I was going to say maybe we can
get back to the YouTube TV. It's not over yet.
Are we in overtime? How is that possible? I believe there was 17 seconds the last
they
time
foul
they were.
a lot.
Yeah, unbelievable. But no, yeah, I mean, this is a Notre Dame team that scares you a little bit, right? Like this is a team that has some talent.
I mean, yeah,
And-
we've already watched Shrewsbury get
And
lose for one. And then
I'm
a second
sorry,
one
but
there.
we're gonna have to figure something out because every time I look at the score, something bad has happened. It looks like Notre Dame's hit a 3.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So
Okay.
Roman, if you want to shut that down,
You don't want
maybe.
the stat broadcast up? Look.
Oh, there we go. They scored. There you go. We got nothing right now. Yeah. Are you trying to airplay or are you trying to put it on YouTube TV? Ah, I see. Yeah, could be. We'll just wait it out. Folks, right now, 13-10. Notre Dame leads. You know, it's hard to talk about, specifics of the game just because we don't see necessarily what's going on live. But another game where you gotta kind of lock it down and kind of make a run starting with your defense.
Got a dunk from Noah Waterman to make it 10-13. We follow that up with the Marcus Burton turnover, and then another layup for Javon Hadley to go up down 12-13 now.
You love to see
If
it.
you're watching with us and also not able to see the game potentially at the moment, that's a quick little update.
I have it pulled up on my phone. I
Shout out
just
to-
saw the Noah Waterman dunk, so I'm a little bit
a
behind.
little behind.
Yeah.
I mean, Cal and Syracuse, this could not be a longer last 7 minutes of a game.
Don't tell me
It's
anything.
unbelievable.
Don't tell me anything, Roman. I'm watching.
You're watching it? All right.
Yeah.
Like we are pushing almost 40 minutes of the last 7-8 minutes of this.
I know we can't
Cal
give
Syracuse women's
play-by-play
game.
out, Zach, but we can say,
Yeah.
Ty can tell us what's happening, and right?
I still
yeah.
haven't seen the bucket to cut the lead to 1. It looks like it's right now. Yeah, it was a typical Hadley back his man down type of play. So 13-12 is the last update here. Looks like the women's game is finally coming to a close.
You're about 3 or 4 possessions behind where we're probably going to be when we come in live, Ty.
Okay, I'll go ahead and shut my phone off when we get live.
Well, I mean, not if this is the same broadcast.
There we go.
There it is.
So,
I think we go to Noah Waterman here. See, it looks
Be a good
like
idea.
he gets loose. Wow,
would love to see Noah.
confident shot
So
there.
here's one thing I'll say about Noah Waterman.
Are we going to shut down that at some point?
Yeah, we'll shut this down. You don't like the stats?
No, I
like
mean,
the stat broadcast.
If we're going to watch it, let's watch it instead of looking at the stat broadcast.
Ready to go. Ty does not want to know what is happening before it happens, which I like that. I can appreciate that.
Walk, maybe 5 seconds, anything.
These
no way.
These
Good
Louisville
rebound.
Road fans have brought the energy.
That's loose ball
I
on
don't know
them,
if it's
right?
coming through on TV at all, but
Loose ball on them?
That's
Yeah.
Tay Davis still.
Yeah.
Tay Davis, a name that Louisville fans are familiar with.
Yep.
So I've been going back and watching some of the earlier games, just like the condensed games. You know, they put like 15, 20-minute games on YouTube. Noah Waterman, a better shooter overall, I think, than we want to acknowledge. Like the first 5 or 6 games of the season, he was shooting very confidently and knocking down a lot of shots in a similar manner to what we just saw to make it 18-15.
Yeah, no hesitation.
None. And I think you're seeing him kind of get back to that. He had a couple last game.
It's hard to deal with getting rods in your thumb, in your shooting thumb.
No joke there.
Javon left hand.
Ooh.
Letting Javon cook. Big 14 for Notre Dame is a large human being.
Was he there last year? I think he was.
James Scott is just a fun player to watch. He just knows where he's supposed to be at all times. Terrence Edwards, new father.
New father. Had a baby.
How about that? I love that the entire
the
team
floor now.
threw him a baby shower. Yeah,
Defense.
fantastic.
Head up, head up.
What are we saying here?
It's out. Just
That's Card's ball
clean
there.
strip.
All right, so we're going to the second media timeout. Louisville still trails by 3, 18-15. Pretty much nothing doing outside of a Hadley basket and a Waterman dunk Everything else has come from beyond the 3-point line, which again, this is what we talked about the last time we were sitting in this chair, right, guys? Is teams have been doing a better job of keeping Louisville from getting into the paint.
Yeah.
And when that happens, I'm telling you, it stresses me out because while Louisville can shoot their way out of games better than most teams, it's still kind of, I mean, I felt like in that Georgia Tech game, the writing was on the wall. Like if they did not continue to kind of find ways to get into the paint and create other ways, then the result that we saw was going to happen. Did a much better job of that against, I believe it was, Boston College that they played on the road the next time. But yeah, on the road, it concerns me when you become super dependent on the 3-point shot, because not every game is going to be like the end of the Pittsburgh game where you hit every single thing you look at, right? So that's the concern for me. Get something going, get the ball going downhill a little bit more, find other ways to score the ball.
Yeah, I think, and we saw in that last possession, it didn't go down, but Hadley had a nice matchup in the post. He was able to get 2 feet in the paint, and he just missed it. But I think more of that is going to be needed here. And if Chucky can get downhill, he had a drive earlier in the game as well. But yeah, I think Hadley in the post has kind of become that late game need a basket type action that Louisville's been running. And if you can consistently, because look, we know James is great in the lob game, but his back to the basket is not there quite yet. So Hadley being able to kind of be an option to get it in the paint, I think, is really taken this team from just a team that's dangerous when they're hot from outside to a team that can play inside out. So yeah, I mean, if Hadley can get some more of those looks, I think that's something that you'd like to see Louisville get going. And look, on the defensive end, I don't know who hit their last 3, but as far as I've seen, Shrewsbury's launched probably 4 or 5.
Yeah, he's 3 for 5 from the 3-point line. So
okay,
far.
Yeah, and it's interesting because they have Chucky on Marcus Burton, which both of their guards are good. And the few possessions I did see, it looked like Rain was on Shrewsbury. So I don't know if they want to maybe get Terrence out there on Shrewsbury or but
get a little more linked on him for sure.
Yeah,
I think obviously we've only gotten to see 4 or 5 possessions here in live time.
Right.
From what I've already felt, from what I've watched, you've got to try to get Terrence going. I think you got to try to get Terrence downhill as well. Yeah. They're not really guarding the perimeter too tight, it's looking like. So with Shrewsbury and Burton out there, it's looking like one of them is staying on Rain and one of them staying on Chuck. So I'd like to see maybe try to get switched. Maybe try to get Terrence on one of those smaller guards and see if he can take advantage of them.
The vibes weren't great, but knowing that Debbie Antonelli's on the call. Yeah,
I was going to say good. The Debbie Antonelli Louisville tour continues. It feels intentional, right? Like,
I think she provides a lot of good insight on the team. Like, obviously the broadcasting crew gets to go to shoot around and whatnot and talk to the coaches before the game. But given her sons on the team, I think she has a little bit more.
I'm sure she gets a full scouting report before every game.
Yeah.
Here we go. Rain coming off the curl. That's what you wanted out of the timeout. Notre Dame takes it away, so
I'd like to see Kanai get more into the paint.
Yes.
He's already gotten inside the 3-point line. His stride can get him into the paint, but this is what we want.
Fat being a bully, that's what you want right there.
Somebody that's not going to guard him aggressively or he has a side advantage.
Really good patient possession.
That right-hand floater from 4 or 5, 6 feet, man, it's money every time he gets into the lane now. In the beginning of the year, I was really questionable about it because of how many fakes he would pivot and half spin. And
I think it's because he slowed it down.
Yeah. He has a little bit.
It's good defense there. Good defense there. Great possession.
There you go.
See if you can get out of transition now, fellas.
That's a shot that the opposition often hits. Ooh, little Rain heat check there. He was 2 for 2 before that miss. Yeah, I mean,
okay, Rain with a little strip help defense there.
The defense has taken a step up since the last time out for sure.
Yeah,
3 straight really good defensive possessions.
Do you all feel comfortable when Kanai takes threes? Or do you,
Off the catch in the corner, yeah, that's about it so far.
Here
I
we
was
go,
going to say,
Chucky.
when it's within the flow of the offense, yes. So Chucky gives Louisville its first lead of the game, 10 minutes into the game.
Chucky's been
but-
doing a really good job on Marcus Burton these last few possessions, but he's also been switching at the right times.
Great
and there's
steal. What a play.
They're clearly a different team when they don't have to focus on Shrewsbury
Yeah.
out there coming off those screens.
Yeah.
Yeah, quick timeout. I'm sure they're going to try to get Shrewsbury back out there.
Yeah, and like you said, I think Louisville's defense is in this game is giving them the 4-point lead. But if you want to talk individuals, I think Terrence Edwards is really. We know Chucky's defense has been there most of the season, but it feels like Terrence Edwards, maybe after the Christmas break, is really upped his individual defensive effort, intensity, whatever adjective you want to use.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing the best ball of his career on both ends of the floor, right? Like, it's been really fun to watch because even if he's not hitting shots on the offensive end, the effort has been consistent. He's been a great off the ball defender. He's been able to match up with the opposing team's best guard.
Yeah.
Which and then with his size, he can guard a 2 or 3. Great defense there on that inbounds play.
Yeah, with Chucky out, Terrence takes the assignment of Marcus Burton. Rain goes to Shrewsbury, so they didn't communicate that. I would have shot that if I was Shrewsbury.
Yeah, you like the hesitation there. You're not mad at that. Bad shot.
Great defense by Javon
Great
there.
defense.
Get to the under 8 with Chucky on the bench with a lead, and you got to feel good about every minute you can spare with Chucky not on the floor.
Oh. There's definitely been a much more concerted effort here of trying to get the ball into the paint to either Javon or I'd be interested to see. They never post Kanai, which is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similarly to, they treat him more like James Scott, right? Like where he's like in a dunker spot or he's taking a 3. So I'm interested to see as his career progresses if that's one of the things he gets in his bag. What's up?
I like the substitution to take James Scott off the floor here without Chucky because of the drop coverage that was just getting played on James. Number 14 got to help massively on Javon.
Right.
He wasn't able to even get a good post up. Now he's forced to be on Noah here.
Great catch.
I see Noah,
good pass there.
Noah able to get open here in the next couple possessions.
There we go, Kanai.
You see what I mean? In the corner like that, you don't mind it at all if he's in the flow and
is that a boom, by the way? 13-0 run.
13-0 run
from the Cards.
Coming off
Love to see it.
Turning off the stat broadcast.
I mean, those hand check fouls are just, they've been playing physical they've been letting them play physical at the rim all game, and then they call a hand check out front. But speaking of Terrence Edwards, I think a cool story, you talk about he's playing the best ball of his career. I think in one of the more recent press conferences, he said he's developed more as a player in this, half, 3/4 of a season than he did his previous 4 years combined. So you talk about player development and being able to sell that, moving forward when you hit the transfer portal. You can point to guys like Terrence Edwards, who's playing the best ball of his career, and Chucky, who's playing the best ball of his career. And I think it's going to bode well for Louisville. Obviously all the attention's on this season, but when you can point to, we helped this guy get to here, we helped this guy get better at this aspect of his game. I think you have at least 2 really good examples to put on tape when you go to, on the recruiting trail moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, Louisville has, in my opinion, a top 3 probably backcourt in the ACC at this point. And you have Rain Smith, Chucky Hepburn, and Terrence Edwards all playing the best seasons of their career. And you could probably throw Javon Hadley in there as well. Like, they've all stepped it up a notch from last season, and they all had excellent seasons where they went to the NCAA tournament. So a lot to be said about that in general, just the fact that the coaching staff has done an outstanding job of identifying the guys that they need on the floor, and then they have developed since they've gotten here and just taken that next step. So, I mean, what else can you say about this coaching staff that hasn't already been said, right?
Yeah, and just a little bit behind the scenes, like when this staff got hired, everything that you would hear when you were talking about their transfer portal haul was like Pat Kelsey has 3 or 4 things that a player has to check that box, has to check every box. And I don't know. I believe he's told bits and pieces of what that list consists of. I believe whether it's Bob Vavon on the post game or in press conferences, but he sticks by it. There's a list of like 3 or 4 things, like I said, and the guys that he brings in, they have to check every single one of those. And I think when you look at moving forward, I think you just have to trust, given what we've seen to date, that this staff has nailed down getting a group that fit, that are bought into the right things. And that's why when Louisville's obviously in the sweepstakes for some extremely highly rated recruits, and a lot of people have talked about do we want to mix in freshmen? And my response to that is until the staff proves to us that they can assemble a crop of talent and mix and match to form a good team, I think you just have to trust them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I do so far. I mean, they've clearly showed me that they know where to look. They know how to find the things that they want out of a player, and they get guys who are going to buy into what they're trying to do here. So if they can continue that on, they're going to have my trust.
Yeah, I mean, and you consider too. I mean, imagine this team if you have Corin Johnson. Imagine how much better you could potentially be with Kason Pryor, or they've recruited so well that you have all this attrition across the roster. There's like 7 or 8 guys that have missed games due to injury, and yet you sit at going for your 20th win of the season, in the second week of February.
Yeah,
that's.
Yeah, an interesting aspect to me, probably more so a conversation at halftime or during the next time out, is just, does this staff get back to playing 10 or 11 guys next year?
Right.
And that's why Notre Dame just scored. That's why I'm not gonna. We're gonna table that conversation. Get back to the game.
Yeah,
I felt like I let my guard down there on a defensive possession.
Yeah, you
gave up 2 points.
You got to stay locked in.
Yeah, you got to play better defense than that, Ty. No hesitation, too hard.
Yeah. Those wide open threes. This team, outside of rain, they hate shooting wide open threes.
Isn't that weird?
I don't know what it is. It's like it takes them out of their rhythm or something. Like they take an extra, there's just a little bit more extra thought.
It's like rain's the only one prepared for him to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good fake there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marcus Burton is just, I believe he was freshman of the year last season, and he just got one of the best on-ball defenders in the country to bite on a pump fake. Yeah. So, this.
Wow. Another excellent defensive play from Notre Dame. You look at some of these ACC teams, and it's like, you look at the talent across this Notre Dame roster and wonder, how in the heck are they 11-13 on the season? There's enough talent on this Notre Dame roster to be a tournament team. Am I in the wrong in saying that?
No, I wouldn't say so. Plus, they've got some, they've got good continuity over the last year.
Yeah, I'm sure a bunch of schools tried to poach Marcus Burton, ACC Freshman of the Year. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they came calling, and he stuck around. And Braden Shrewsbury, Tay Davis has been there. They're missing a key piece. Matt Alaco is out this game. He's missed the last 3 games, I believe. Like I said, I think Shrewsbury's a good coach. He's a guy that a lot of people respect, and I was kind of surprised at this Notre Dame team, to be honest.
Yeah. I'd have to go back and look at what the preseason expectations were, but I think they were expected to be a little bit better than what they are right now. And, it's similar to the story against NC State last week, right? Like, great defense there from James Scott.
Stayed vertical, got the block.
Yeah, I think it's similar to an NC State type of story where it's like they're not losing games by a bunch of points. It's just they can't. They're just not a winning team, if that makes sense.
I don't Noah had a wide open 3, and because he missed the last 2, he didn't take it.
Yeah.
It's like, don't get shy. If you're open,
Don't get out of your
Everybody
game.
out there wants you to keep shooting. So
Louisville's gotten lucky. Notre Dame's missed 2 layups at the rim the last 2 trips down.
both slowly off the rim too.
Noah's open again.
It's a bit of a reach there, no?
Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on here. This
Rain
is
here to bail us
sloppy.
out. Rain to bail us out.
Oh my gosh. Both of these teams are having
That was a very ugly offensive sequence.
Chucky on Shrewsbury now. Let's see if he stays with them off the ball.
Yeah, again, shout out to the Louisville contingent. I know there were a couple of groups going up. And I mean, they've showed out already in this first half. Again, a lot of stuff that Louisville's going to have to work on at halftime because Notre Dame has missed a lot of open shots. They miss, as Ty suggested, back-to-back plays. They miss on point-blank layups. They just missed a wide-open 3. Like, this is absolutely a game where Louisville could be down 8-10 right now.
A lot of pushing and shoving in the lane on both ends.
That was a heads-up play by Rain. If you're going to give them an open 3, make someone other than Shrewsbury take
Definitely.
it.
Yeah.
Definitely. They're definitely really just trying to close off the paint.
Mhm,
They're
they
not
are.
playing great perimeter defense.
Oh, I mean, see,
Chucky's got to let that fly.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chuck, go ahead and put that back up. Because I don't know if you're going to get a better look than that, like a tip out to Chucky standing wide open from 3. And plus, I mean, the other thing there, too, as Chucky gets fouled with 8 seconds left on the shot clock, the other thing, too, is when you don't take those shots, that plays into Notre Dame's hands. They want this to be a slowed down, like maybe 65 possession type of game. And Louisville, I mean, it's still in their nature to kind of speed things up a little bit. So, you know, you'd like to see them shooting the ball with a little bit more confidence. And, you know, I think that also serves to space the floor a little bit better. So, again, a lot to talk about at halftime. Great pass from Chucky, but then
pushing and shoving in the lane.
yeah, I mean, the sacrifice you make there from Notre Dame's perspective is like, all right, well, James Scott on average is going to make 1 out of 2 of these free throws. So
It's every time
it's
down,
like,
though.
yeah.
On every little entry pass into the paint.
I'm curious, you know, what this staff, what their next phase of development with James is. Obviously, back to the basket, but, you know, shooting as well. I mean, his free throws got to get better.
Yeah, it has to if he's going to, you know, continue to play the minutes that he's playing next season. And again, right on cue, misses the first free throw.
He's standing about
That's what
6 inches
I was
back.
getting ready to say. That he's not towed up to the line.
I get not being right on the line, but you don't go that far back. You're making it harder.
I will say that was a good. I mean, the rotation on that first shot was.
Yeah, I mean, his form looks good. I think it's more of a rhythm thing.
Those
for
both
James.
looked good. They
Yeah.
both had. The first one was a soft touch, but yeah, like you said, you know, 1 out of 2 is you'll take that if you're Notre Dame versus giving
Right.
up a dunk.
That's why you fouled there. You know, it's a momentum play. If Louisville converts on an alley-oop, instead you stop it and you get a point back, essentially. All right, James, let's push the tempo a little bit, guys. Great pass, great feed. But again, another foul drawn.
Yeah. It's
That
really
puts
foul
Louisville in the
him.
bonus, though. So
3
you want to
minutes,
see them
too.
be more aggressive here and try to push the lead out just a little bit as you get nearer to halftime. Any foul trouble to speak of so far for Notre Dame? Yeah, you got 3 fouls on Tay Davis.
What
Really?
about number
Yeah.
14? He's
Let's see
1 or 2, I
here.
guess. If he didn't have
Number
3.
14 has 1 foul.
What about Louisville? I know Terrence got called for a hand check up top. But
Just one apiece on James, Javon, and Fat.
We're
That's
all
it.
good then.
So all good from that front.
we haven't seen Traore. You know, just
Yeah.
I was thinking of you know you're listing off guys that are in foul trouble. I feel like we haven't seen.
Straight goose egg so far for Traore. I don't know if there's any injury trouble or something of that nature, but I mean he hasn't played a lot of
No.
minutes. I don't know. I don't have stat broadcast pulled up because of the superstition, in the
Yeah.
room right now.
But no, I mean he's put together some really nice performances the last. I know he had the Boston College game. He had a nice productive outing, and then one of the last two games, whether NC State or Miami, I know he had another good game. So
yeah,
but no, I mean, back to the conversation. I think when you're talking about injuries and Louisville was playing 10 or 11 guys at the start of the season, and that's been Pat Kelsey's philosophy everywhere he's been.
that's what that's what they do.
And obviously, I think there would obviously be some benefit to having the injured guys available, but I think when you shorten the rotation down, and obviously in this case there was no other option. I think it has allowed guys to get into a rhythm. Chucky is, if Corn was available, Chucky's probably only playing 25 minutes a game.
Right.
And I think all of us would agree we want him on the floor as much as possible. So that was kind of
what Terrence have been able to figure it out at the
that was kind of my lead into next year. Like, all signs are pointing to Pat Kelsey getting back to that 10, 11 man rotation. He's got, Sanando Fru's, agent said that they're coming here for him to be the guy. Well, the starting five is on from this season is on the roster.
Right.
So I think that's going to be an interesting conversation maybe for another day, is that, does Pat Kelsey stick to that 10, 11 man rotation that he's done in the past? Because on paper for next year, it's certainly looking like they're going to have a lot at their disposal, and how do those minutes shake out? But when it comes to this year's team, obviously I think they'd be better with Case and Pryor, but I just really think that this team has found. I think when you get into 7, that's a little too short. Yeah. But they have 8. I think eight guys is a sweet spot.
Yeah.
And obviously 9 if
that
they need
guy can play.
If they need minutes from Frank, they've got a 9th. But I really think an 8, maybe 9 man rotation is kind of the soft spot, the sweet spot, and this team has really found 8 guys that play well, and they have other than really a backup point guard, they really have a good mix and match of guys that can play different roles.
They do. So speaking of Abubakar Traore, he's only played 2 minutes, but he is back in the game. So I'm not sure if there's a situation there, if they just felt like matchup wise, it just didn't make sense to have him in. But now that Tay Davis is out of the game, maybe you see a little bit more of Traore. And again, that's the benefit. Once again, is James Scott misses a free throw of fouling.
They're gonna have to acknowledge that this year. It's just
I would want 2 out of 2, but 0 out of 2 is a backbreaker.
Yeah,
you can live with you. You can't live with 1 every time down, but.
And how about that statistic? James Scott has taken 4 free throws. Only person in the game on either side that's taken a free throw. Again, Chucky he's
got to be careful there though, because you can't be too aggressive.
Right.
Marcus Burton's tough, man. I'd be curious to see what he does after this season. With the value he would probably be able to attract in the portal. Yeah. I mean, he's a good player, really good player.
He's probably knowing now at this point he can't stay here if he wants to really go make a name for himself.
I mean, that's been a lot of their offense, right? Is just
whoever offense with him.
Right. Just taking his man one-on-one off the dribble.
And that man being Chucky, that, not a lot of people have success.
There you go, James. Wow. That's what you want to see right there. Again, Louisville just going back to that well over and over again.
We have the game on mute, but it certainly looks like the Louisville contingent's making a good amount of noise.
There you go, Chucky. All right, we got to convert here on this fast break.
Burton's gotten a couple buckets, but he's also had a couple bad turnovers too.
Javon Hadley, bold 3-point shot there. But look, we're calling for them to take open shots. That was an open 3-point shot.
Yeah,
so
you're right. Javon's been shooting well as of late.
Another back tip by Chucky, but unfortunately, it goes right to a Notre Dame player. But
it's good defense there.
Mm-hmm.
You got Shrewsbury. I would take him.
See, when you give James
You
One
add
more.
him.
There you go.
It's a great
There we
pass.
go, Fat. Are you? Yeah.
I
There
knew when
we
she
go,
giggled
Fat.
that something good happened.
We got the
No, as long as it's
no,
as
no.
long as it's
If
good
it's
news.
good.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
Yeah, you didn't fall out of your chair and about to pass out. We have
just a
oh,
It's
there.
unacceptable.
Yeah,
Yeah. Heads up, fellas. Come on
yeah.
now.
Pat is not happy. PK is not happy about that.
Notre Dame
essentially
going zone here.
Wide open lob.
Well, it looks like a 1-3-1 that maybe can, or maybe
It'd be a backbreaker if they can score on this possession here.
I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. It is.
yeah, maybe a
1-3-1.
1-2-2.
That's too easy right there.
That's tough.
Wow.
It's a
I am
good call there.
shocked
It's a
that
good call
yeah.
on the jump there.
I'm shocked that there was no foul call or anything there. That didn't turn into.
He could have
a
put that
better
floater
looking
up on the
shot.
catch. Like as soon as he beat the, right there, boom,
Yep.
floater.
Yep. Took two dribbles that just brought two more defenders at him. But that was an interesting look from Notre Dame because they
were
showed a
clearly-
1-3-1.
They
and
were
then
kind of confused about it too for a second.
it might have been a matchup because each guy was in. It looked kind of like a matchup zone, but
Yeah, because
I don't
Shrewsbury
know.
didn't want to let Javon run free.
Again, it's just these little things that's keeping Notre Dame in this game right now.
Yeah, the screens.
Two offensive
boards.
rebounds on the same possession. Coaching staff is not very happy right now because I mean this is a game where you had some luck go your way with Notre Dame missing some open shots. You finally start to kind of gain a lead and gain the momentum in this game, and then now you're letting little things happen like Notre Dame getting multiple offensive rebounds. You're missing free throws. It's just kind of sloppy, right? And
Yeah.
this is the vibes we had in the
This is what
Georgia
they
Tech
want. Too.
game.
This is what Notre Dame wants.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
trying to have this kind of game defensively.
Yeah, if
so.
you're playing Louisville, you want to muck it up as much as possible, right?
do you go 2 for 1? I know it's not as common in college, but do you go 2 for 1 here?
with the
I
lead,
would.
yeah.
You
He just
don't
missed
think
the
so?
first one.
Yeah.
Well, he just yeah, I would because he just missed the first one.
Yeah, I mean, if you can push this out to 10,
He missed both.
Be
Come on. Yeah, I
huge.
definitely would. And I would Chuck
Chucky's doesn't
what 30,
uh,
35. I'd say 36 to let
Yeah.
Chuck shoot it.
Too late now, almost.
Or
Oh,
with
there-
rain.
there
I'm
we
not
go.
mad. I'm
Mm.
not mad at that.
They're getting good looks.
Yeah, they
I
are.
mean, they're
You've got to
just
play good defense on this possession. Okay, yeah, they're gonna dribble it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, would have needed to shoot
So-
it maybe 1 second or two earlier.
I mean, look, it's been sloppy. There's been some little miscues, but I mean, you've gotten good looks. I mean, Hadley's. I mean, he's very capable. He's missed 2 open ones. Rain just missed an open one. Noah's missed a couple open ones. So, I mean, I think if you can go in the half, if you could, I think you would take a 6-point lead here. I mean, obviously, I don't know if you're gonna have time to get a look off. I think there's like maybe 3 seconds in
right.
between, but it's a big defensive possession here. I think a 6-point lead and a 3-point lead looks and feels a lot different.
yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
definitely.
Let's see here. And then when we talk about,
Look at this guy.
Louisville 12 for 29 from the field, 6 for 20 from 3. That's a lot of threes. That is a lot of threes for one half of basketball. Notre Dame 11 for 29 from the field, 4 for 11 from 3. So you see just the different dichotomies of these two teams. And look, I mean, if Louisville's taken 23s, I'd say 18 of them have been open, good shots. So, I mean, I think part of it is they're not hitting shots at the clip that we've been accustomed to them doing on the road. I know Rain is shooting almost 52% in conference road games from beyond the arc.
Let's get a stop here, fellas.
Yeah, be huge.
No foul on the 3, nothing like that. It's good D.
And
It's a tough.
that's
bucket.
just a tough bucket there from Burton. But look, they gave Louisville an opportunity to get the final bucket, which you appreciate.
Yeah,
And
Pat.
of course,
he's about to get his bag right here.
Pat Kelsey obliges.
He's gonna get in that one bag.
Obviously, it worked out for Notre Dame, but I can't imagine that was the action they wanted out of a timeout. I mean, there was a
One-on-one
lot of
with
standing
Chuck.
around, and they didn't even take the last shot. So I mean, it
It
worked
looked like they
out.
had
but
Shrewsbury come around. He didn't get open, and then that was just
Yeah, I mean, look, it worked out for them, but I can't imagine that's what they drew up.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
all they played through is Shrewsbury and Burton.
It's the Marcus Burton show right now for Notre Dame, right? So 5 for 12 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3. Shrewsbury is the only other player on the team that has more than 4 points. They have 5 guys who have played who haven't scored. 2 guys who have played who haven't even attempted a basket yet. So I think you take it at Shrewsbury if he's on the floor for this possession. Shrewsbury has 2 you take it at Burton. See, they put him
off. Yep.
They took him off because he has 2 fouls. But
Can't risk the third.
no,
I love
great.
This.
Oh,
They cut it out.
I like the play call of Notre Dame knows it's going to rain, so you draw something up to get Noah open in the corner.
Just get any sort of shot off here. Just
Yeah.
don't eat it. Get a shot off.
Mm-hmm.
Weird spot in the corner there.
Yeah, don't like that.
They're gonna seal the paint off.
Yeah,
Not mad at that.
you got a shot off from rain.
Oh, wow.
There you go. That's
So we
huge.
like right there.
I can't.
That's huge.
I cannot believe right in front of Notre Dame's bench, they let Rain get a look like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
He's talking about it.
yeah.
I mean,
Shrewsbury's like, you gotta be kidding me.
Right in front of him.
I mean, I can't.
I mean, he that's also just. What more
That
can
touch.
you do? You're gonna foul him if you do too much
Noah
more.
didn't do any basket interference there, did he?
I didn't see it.
I wouldn't think so.
Is that what they're looking at right now?
I know they didn't signal or view. I was just worried about.
Oh yeah, they're
Okay,
good.
no,
They're good.
From the other angle, it looked like he did.
Yeah.
That is what you call a huge.
It's great going into
And
the
Louisville
half.
has the possession arrow too. So
Huge momentum shift. In just a second, we are going to throw to a break, but I did want to say Maya Epps of Homestead High School has committed to Louisville. Do we know anything about Maya, the women's basketball player? If not, we'll do a little research maybe and come back and talk about it a little bit more. But on the other side, too, I want to talk about Louisville recruiting in general, the momentum that the coaching staff is picking up on the recruiting trail, and you know, a little bit more. So we'll throw the break for a few minutes and come back on the other side, a little recruiting talk. All right, we are back. Excited to watch a little bit more Louisville, Notre Dame. Roman Kelly, Ty Spalding here. We are wanting to dive a little bit more into recruiting, Ty, and I want to know a little bit more about Louisville's newest recruit, Sonny Frew. By the way, I've decided, even if that's not like his official nickname, his agent said he goes by Sonny. I like Sonny. I think it just makes sense for him. Sonny Frew just is a great basketball. Sananda, yeah. Sananda is his given name, but it sounds like a lot of people call him Sonny. So I've stuck into Sonny. I've stuck to Sonny. Ty, initial thoughts about Sonny? I mean, I know that his agent has said that he wants to come in and be an immediate impact guy, a guy that, can be more than just a starter, can be like a centerpiece for this Louisville team next year. What are your initial thoughts on him, and does he have that kind of potential?
Yeah, I mean, the more that I've heard about him, the more I think he's a legitimate starter type player from day one. I think talking to people around the program and even the guys from the circle here that went over and met with him and watched his game in person. I mean, I'll pull up. I got a text, and basically it was basically like we got it. We got a stud. Like they feel really good about the identifying him and then obviously landing him. But it was, we have a baller, great getting through. So yeah, the staff is really excited. And as far as his development, I think the pro team he plays on, he's not really in a position or in a role to have the green light from three. But I think his shot and his form is good enough to where he's going to come here and immediately have an ability to stretch the floor, unlike what James Scott has now. And we really haven't seen an offense, other than the few games where Case and Pryor played, and even then, a true stretch five. What does this offense look like with the true stretch five? And I'm not saying that Sonny is that, but I think he definitely has that potential. But yeah, I mean, the staff, people around the program, they're really excited. They feel like they got a stud, and like the league he's playing in Germany, like to put up 26 and 12 in that league, like that's not a bum league by any means. So yeah, I mean, I think it's when you look at the 25 class, I guess he is technically in the 25 class. You've got him and Michael Brown, and then definitely some potential to add to that. I think the reinforcements are well on their way to this momentum carrying into next season.
Yeah. So, and that was my initial question when Louisville landed Frew, and I think a lot of people wanted to know, Louisville's still in on a couple of really big names that just happen to be like a 3, 4, or 5, right? Like more of a big man than a guard. And if everybody comes back that we think could come back next season, that could make for a pretty crowded front court. So, I mean, that was the initial thought. From what you can gauge, do you think that has any effect on, like Nate Mint or any of these other guys that Louisville might be in on? And could that have any effect on current players on the team?
So, two-part. I don't think it has any effect on Nate Mint, but I do think it might have an effect on maybe a guy like Kason Pryor. Like Kason and his dad have been like his dad. If you go his dad, as far as I can tell, his dad's been at basically, I would say 80 to 90% of the home games, and Kason has made an effort to be around the team, interact with fans. So I think the staff really likes Kason. I think Kason really likes it here. But, obviously, like you said, you have James coming back. And look, they really like Ali Khalifa. I think a lot of people, I checked in, like last week, I sent a text, like, to someone, that around the program, and, Sanando Frew, like and the response was they like Ali. He's going to be a part of the equation next year. So, I think it affects Kason more than anybody when you talk about guys on the roster or guys that could possibly return. I don't think it affects, though, their effort in recruiting Nate Mint. But yeah, I mean, I think the front court next year is looking very, very crowded at the moment.
Yeah, it is. And, I feel like something's got to give, right? Because there's only so many minutes that can go around. And plus, when you consider the style of play that Louisville likes, when you have Ali Khalifa, Sananda Frew, and James Scott, if you just have those three guys, it's going to be very hard stylistically to A, get those guys enough minutes, and B, play the way that you like to play based on what we've seen Pat Kelsey and his style of play, what that has been over the last decade, right? Yeah. So something's got to give, right? Either they're going to change the way that they play, or guys aren't going to get as many minutes as they think, or there's something that we don't know where maybe somebody's leaving and that could free up a little bit of space as well. But I mean, they're still going, like you said, very hard after one of the top 10 players in this incoming class. You already have 3 to 5 big men that would warrant legitimate time at this level. So very interested to see how things pan out and what that becomes next year. Any thoughts on Nate Ament while we're kind of on the topic? Do we think we've been hearing Louisville, Duke, Kentucky, right? Like, I think that's pretty much the consensus. Any thought on what could sway him either way, and if there's a decision on the horizon?
Yeah, I think he's probably going to come off the board by the end of the month. And it's in today's day and age, there's always a reason to a method behind the madness. And in this case, like when an article comes out of saying Louisville's in the lead, like is there a reason that was leaked to
right?
That's mainly where my mind goes through. And you try to vet it. Like, I reached out to someone and they didn't seem to think like definitively that Louisville was in the lead. Right. The connection there is Thomas Carr. He has deep ties to the Adidas circuit and Team Loaded, which Nate Ament played for. Mm-hmm. And him and Pat Kelsey flew up to Virginia to see him about a month ago. And from here, it's all going to be about numbers and do those numbers make sense. And I think Kentucky is really upping their ante with missing out on Caleb Wilson. Mm-hmm. So this really might be a Louisville versus Kentucky. I think Duke is still there, and I think Nate really likes Duke, but he visited there, didn't commit, and some people seem to think that Duke may be third on the list of Louisville and Kentucky. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that one is just going to be one of those where you just got to buckle in and ride the wave, I guess is the way to put it, because there's going to be new intel probably every few days, right, until he commits.
Yeah, I mean, and look, for people out there that are curious about Nate Ament, like, I think that you look at this year's roster, you have a guy like Kenai Roos. I think Nate Ament is 2 tiers above that, right? Like, he's a guy that's going to command playing time right away. So again, if he does come to a crowded front court at Louisville, that could significantly change the dynamics of the way that you begin to build this team. So as we kind of settle in here in the start of the second half, a lot of the same of what we saw in the first half, which was you ended the first half kind of allowing Notre Dame to hang around by creating extra possessions, creating extra opportunities. I don't like to see that. I don't like to see that at all.
No, we played great defense for about 25 seconds there.
Yeah, and real quick before we officially dive back into the game, like, we're here in the Circle offices, and how cool was it for Mark and Dan to go over to Germany and boots on the ground and meet Sonny, meet his agent, and that just speaks to the international presence. That Louisville is, the pipelines that Louisville is building. So,
and they may not be done as well, right? Like, it seems like they're after a couple guys over in Europe.
Yeah, there's a guard from Spain that they're looking at. Yeah, sorry to. I feel like the sluggish start to the half is due to me not being fully locked in. So we're gonna
lock back in.
We're gonna lock back
look
in.
A little flat right now.
Yeah, we're gonna lock back in. I'm gonna need to get in a stance here on defense,
which is totally acceptable.
We need to take advantage of Notre Dame's sloppy play with their ball handling when they're choosing to try to go to the paint and whatnot. They're not being very strong with the ball. I think we could take more advantage of that going forward here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, Roman. I mean, one thing.
Oh my!
I don't know what that called.
Weird
Did they call
there.
Foul on
offensive foul on Hadley there.
That is confusing to say the least. I'd like to see a replay of that.
Yeah, and you saw Pat Kelsey yank James Scott out of the game. I think I think you can point directly to the effort on the glass as to why he's on the bench right now. Louisville's given up way too many offensive rebounds, and Pat Kelsey wasted no time going to Noah.
Went to Noah quick.
Yeah.
Even with this number 14 out there on the floor.
All right, so that is already 2 fouls.
2 quick ones we just picked up there
within the first 3 possessions of the second half.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, we need to not sleepwalk through this start to the second half, because this feels, I mean, it feels like we were doing this 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
With Georgia Tech, where you missed out on a lot of opportunities to put
I'm
it
not
away,
sure-
and then they make a run to start the second half.
I'm not sure why Notre Dame is allowed to huddle right now unless they're reviewing something.
Full team huddle right now is weird. I guess it is.
Yeah,
It has to be a review. Well, no, the refs are in midcourt, and Louisville's
sure.
not. Louisville's in midcourt too.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's
What's
a
happening
weird
there.
huddle there.
Hey, I don't. And Shrewsbury had a whiteboard. I don't understand what
It
that's
wasn't even a
about, but-
30-second timeout or anything.
Oh, it
There's
looks like
still maybe some blood,
Oh.
yeah.
for,
Okay,
for
that
Tay
makes more
Davis.
sense.
Free play from that.
There's so many stoppages in play. It makes you wonder, like in football, how if you have too many stoppages like that, you end up having to take a timeout. I wonder if they'll ever get to that in college basketball. Sure would have been nice in the women's game before this. I can assure you of that.
Louisville got Rain Smith switched out on Burton. Burton beat him off the bounce, kicked it to Shrewsbury, and I think you gotta limit the possessions that Rain is on Burton at a minimum.
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah, Terrence felt the need to go help on that, which left Shrewsbury
yeah, that was a
open
good
on
look.
the catch.
Yeah, that was a good look. Louisville's got to lock back in here. I mean, when you have
Terrence can't help on that though. You just got to stay out there, man. It's Shrewsbury, you got to stay on him. Rains forced him off the line. Let what happens after that. You're in the best shooter on the team. You can't sag off in the corner.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ty.
they're really sagging off Noah, like they're
they're
daring him to shoot.
which is
Take your time,
Apparently.
Noah.
I mean, they did not even guard. Like Noah's
they're
defender was just camped in the paint, and that's
great passing by Notre Dame there. Look, I mean, this is very similar vibes to what we've seen before. Like I said, I felt like I was sitting in the same spots talking about the same stuff, 15 days ago against Georgia Tech. Just not doing a lot of the little stuff that you have become accustomed to Louisville doing this season. And, just kind of came out a little bit lackadaisical. Notre Dame clearly has been the aggressor to start the first half, and second half, and Louisville's already had 3 fouls called. I'm still confused about why Cater Traore's not playing more.
This is an interesting
really.
sub. So I think Pat saw what Notre Dame's doing with Noah, and they threw Kanai in there. So Noah and James are both off the floor.
We've playing small right now. Technically speaking, with Kanai, it was going to be on the 5 defensively.
It's
Noah's got to be able to. He's got to be able to do better than 1 for 5 or whatever he is.
love that from Rain.
Getting loose. Yes, we need
That's
it.
four threes for Rain now.
They've also taken
Whoa,
14.
whoa.
Wrong way, scoreboard.
No, but why did they stop play here?
I don't know.
Oh, foul off the ball. I think
What are we looking at here?
it was in the corner.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Whoa.
Points went the wrong
Should
way.
be. Oh my
Whoa.
goodness, this is just.
Scorekeeper's having a night.
Well, I'm
Should
curious
be.
though what the stoppage is, because that always leads me to think like
I think it was a foul on Notre Dame after
right. But if it was, I always worry that was the foul before the shot.
Yeah,
like
were they going to
that-
try to not give us the 3 points?
That's where my mind went. I don't want to assume that's what the case is, but this score bug's gonna need to get fixed
Yeah,
ASAP.
they just gave them a free 6 points. Come on now.
Ty, I wouldn't say that you're superstitious, but you're definitely a little stitious.
Yeah, I don't have any problem admitting that. Look, I mean, I'm a nut.
All right, so now we have it. It is corrected, 38-32. Okay. So here was the issue. It's the time on the clock.
Okay.
Just looking at the box score. Yeah, there you go. The time never came off the clock. So, was just trying to figure out what could have possibly been causing this. So they just ran this entire play. Look, the shot clock still.
They can't take those points off the board from us.
No,
can they?
I don't think so. I can't imagine.
No.
Because they're still keeping somebody's still keeping time regardless of if the real time play clock is working or not.
But
Much preferred to that over last game when Louisville had a basket taken away because they had to stop the what they do? They stopped the clock for an injured player for NC State. Was that what it was?
but I can't remember what it was, but I think it's really interesting that Pat is not happy with both Noah and James. So
Yeah.
this stretch with Kanai, guarding the 5, is interesting.
Yeah. Well, they don't have Big 14 in right now.
Yep, I just noticed that.
So really kind of a personnel matchup. That was an awful take, but again, another rebound.
Didn't hit the rim.
There we go.
Where's the shot clock violation? 2
There
air
we go.
balls.
Yeah.
Come on now. Jeez. The shot clock keeper's having a rough night too.
The shot clock keeper. I love it. Rain Smith, by the way, I believe, if my calculations are correct, has just hit 100 threes on the season. I believe he was at 96 coming in, so
They reset the shot clock to 30.
Yeah.
Come on now.
This is brutal, guys.
But yeah, I mean, Louisville's gotten away with the sluggish start to the half so far. They've only been able to cut into the lead by 1 point. So
Yeah.
if you can get to
14 back in with Kanai out there. I'm interested to see he's going to sag off anybody he's guarding.
Yeah. Chuck stepping into that 3.
oh, it was in his
Goodness.
hand.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, just again letting this team hang around, and they are totally
They're
content
slowing
to do.
They're slowing it down
Right.
every chance they get.
Totally content to muck this thing up, make it a one-on-one type of game.
Bad
Ooh,
pass.
yeah, there we go. Hit the baseline. All right, so
Take
first,
advantage of this. Come on now.
first TV timeout. Really, no damage done outside of 3 fouls drawn on Louisville, but
We need to-
on the scoreboard while Notre Dame seems to be kind of taking advantage of things.
We need a Noah or Kanai or Noah is going to have to start knocking some shots down. When
Got
there's
to.
big guys out there.
Got to.
They're giving them all day.
Who do you trust more right now in that situation?
They're both 1 for what?
I
let's
honestly think if you're asking me, like, if they're gonna sag off Noah and Kanai, one of those 2 have got to hit a 3
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
the last 15 minutes of this game.
Waterman is 1 for 5 from 3. Kanai is 1 for 1.
Put Kanai out there. I like Kanai's ability. When Noah has to put the ball on the floor, when Noah has to put the ball on the floor, he's not going to go to the lane and create something.
And here's the problem. Like,
Since his thumb's been broken.
Louisville tried to post Hadley, and he just couldn't. There was no room to work because Noah's defender was right there to help. So, yeah, I mean,
You got to
that's
go back to Hadley, see what 14 does, and get Kanai or Noah out in that opposite corner, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just so strange. Like, Noah was a 40 plus percent.
38%.
No, I mean, I'm talking about a BYU last season.
Yeah,
like
he-
43. He came in at like 43%.
I mean,
like that.
him being a true pick and pop 5.
Coming in at a career 38%, though, I think. Like,
Yeah, it's just real. I mean, he just doesn't look comfortable at all. Like, I mean, it's just. And if teams are, teams are smart. They're gonna these coaching staffs are getting paid a lot of money. I'm sure they can see what
they
we're
know.
seeing.
Yeah, they know.
So Noah's three-point shooting, that's true. Noah's 3-point shooting over the course of his career, 42.9% in one season at Niagara, 52.8% at Detroit Mercy in his first season. So he was making more than he was
Think
missing.
if he was shooting at near or close to the clip
And-
that Rain was. Think how dangerous that
right.
that
Well,
would
and
be.
he was taking more threes in that first season at Detroit Mercy where he shot 53% from 3 than he is this season.
He's getting good
So he was
volume this
lethal.
season.
37.5% in his junior year, part 1. 32.3% in his junior year, part 2. 37% last season, and now 25%.
I just hate it.
25%.
I just hate it for Noah because like he played through a broken thumb, pins in his hand. He battles on the glass. He seemingly is truly bought in. It's just when you're not making shots, it can affect a lot of the other aspects of your game.
I mean,
so yeah.
Outside of the shooting,
That's what I tweeted when they announced he would be back. I was like, I truly think like he can still give us something, and like whether his shots are going in or not, I've never worried about his effort on the glass. Oh wow, 16 points
Wow.
in the
Kelsey
city
dropped
championship.
16
1A,
and 7,
6th grade
goodness
champs in the
gracious.
city here.
7 assists too. I didn't know they kept assists at
It's pretty
6th grade.
impressive.
The AAU level,
We need to talk to him about wearing Notre Dame colors on the bench, though.
Or no, this isn't AAU. This is a
Yeah,
school,
that's
Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity, yeah, CSAA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's at the AAU level yet, right? He's what, 8, 9
He
years
just got
old?
word
I think
from
he can.
Oh, he
someone
just-
that he was on TV. He started pumping up the crowd.
Love that kid.
Yeah, look, one of the managers probably has it up on his phone. I mean,
Probably.
or maybe I don't know. Are they allowed to have tablets on the sideline? I
Oh,
don't
they
even
do.
know.
I saw
Yeah, I think
one.
they do.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
He's a part of the
I
team.
mean, that Chuck, that was ugly.
That's a weird Chucky era right there. You saw like
There was not a second that even looked open.
no, and you know that they're crowding the paint on defense. You know that they're just everybody's sagging in the paint on defense. Everybody is,
It's one
except Rain's
thing.
defender.
One thing we've not really discussed much that is becoming a bit concerning during that 10-game winning streak. Chucky was fantastic with the assist numbers. This is fantastic
Hadley,
defense.
dude,
Ooh, oh my goodness!
another just
Just
boneheaded.
bailout.
Hadley got
Yeah.
caught ball watching. His man went right back door.
Got caught sleep.
Chucky though.
I mean, I don't know what. I don't know.
Oh, it was a bad help.
Yeah.
It was a bad help. He didn't think Chucky
Yeah.
had him.
This is. I mean,
Just
like
this-
this just feels. This
great
just
cut.
feels like a game where Louisville is just kind of sleepwalking, and you knew Notre Dame eventually was
Yeah.
going to cut into the
let
lead.
them hang around. Well, I mean, especially you look at these foul numbers now. Louisville 4 fouls. Notre Dame has not been called for a foul yet this half. But look, Notre Dame is playing very aggressive on the offensive end. Louisville is not. So
Yeah.
I mean,
You're right.
you're seeing the same blueprint,
Needed that.
Yes, that's big.
That
That
was
is
big.
huge.
same
You gotta
blueprint
get
that
into
was
the paint too, though.
laid out by Georgia Tech, Boston College, NC State, where there's
Help!
no
Help!
time.
Help! Help! Help!
Yeah,
Who's
we're-
that?
I don't know who that is, but we're fine with number 1 taking
Yeah, I don't know.
threes over a wide open.
You got a
drive into the
mismatch.
lane.
That's a flop, ref.
There we
Good
go.
finish. Good finish. He's too little.
that from
He's
Javon.
too little.
Great response from Louisville after that and one.
That was huge.
I don't mind this switch at all.
The lack of Notre Dame fans at this game is concerning. You're used to the Purcell Pavilion on a weekend being packed out.
Kawhi got away with a bit of a block there.
Ooh,
Kawhi,
Chucky.
Kanai.
Ooh, wow. I mean, yeah, and again,
Wow.
oh my goodness, what a
They're letting
what a
them play, fellas.
They are. But I mean, you're seeing Notre Dame though. This is all very much individual efforts, right? Like
Come on.
that was a
I mean, that's
brutal.
You can't. I mean, the fouls are starting to get to a point where you can't play too aggressive and risk a bonus type of game where
way too early. You don't want
Yeah.
that. Are they a good free throw shooting team, Prescott? Do we know?
Tay Davis has hit his last.
I haven't seen him miss one. have you?
Yeah. I'm sure Burton and Shrewsbury are both good free throw shooters. I mean, I would imagine their big guys are probably not great, but I think their backcourt is probably 70-80%, I would
Moving
guess.
screen on 14 there. It's tough.
that is tough.
Watch out for that moving screen. They're not going to call that. It's looking like.
as a team, Notre Dame is shooting 73% from the free throw line, so that's 108th in the country.
Pretty average.
Here we go. The first foul of the half called. With
I mean, a
13
play
seconds
on
left.
there would have been a Louisville advantage.
yeah,
but,
the
mismatch.
Yeah.
Right.
This is why you can't let Notre Dame hang around, because any like late game into shot clock, I mean they can get they have a guy that can get a bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's all individual matchups. You know, Notre Dame has
Ooh, he was
He
open.
had him.
Notre Dame has 4 assists on the game so
It's a
far.
great fake.
God, man. I mean, you can't ask
Yeah.
for a better look.
We're good with that. I mean, if Notre Dame continues to let Rain Smith take open threes, like we're good with that all game.
Tay Davis being able to create.
Yeah, Tay's
that
cooking right
side,
now.
It's just kind of.
But again, the Irish, they cannot buy a bucket around
Well,
the basket.
problem is Louisville can't finish a possession. The last one, Hadley had the rebound, got ripped out of his hands. I mean, you give a team extra looks, they're gonna convert.
Oh, it's tough.
That's brutal.
Way to stay attached.
Much better defense from Chuck there.
Way to stay attached.
That's got to be
another
moving
moving
screen.
There we
screen.
go.
That's another 14's a. He's a pusher and shover, man.
He is.
I'd have to something to say to him if I was out there.
Like like Terrence was wide open, and like
Normally, you feel like they take that.
I like James moving out of the paint there, trying to create some space. But dude, you.
Yeah, it could be a little bit. There we go.
see another one. I think.
His jumper's too slow too, though. Terrence doesn't like that release.
Come on, James.
And
There
one.
you go,
Let's
James.
go. Good finish.
It's big there.
Good finish. Knock this free throw down too.
Would be huge if you knocked down.
Every
his free
time
throw.
I catch myself saying Terrence should have taken that, he ends up like making something
a
happen.
solid play.
Yeah.
That's, I believe, his first assist of the game, though.
I mean, that's unbelievable vision right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and that's the real story of this game, and that's the reason why Louisville's 19-6 and Notre Dame is 11-13, because Notre Dame is very.
There you go. I'll say that. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're
President.
fine.
Even though we missed a couple in the first half, the form of the rotation looks much better.
Much better.
I think they're making him step back so he can go full arc with power like that.
Yeah.
He can just go his full motion.
That's another moving.
Yeah, that's got to be a
screen.
moving screen there.
It's every time down, you guys. I'm telling you.
Burton is
This
good.
is why. This is when you need Case and Pryor out there.
Yeah.
Go up there and kind of shove him in the face, break his nose a little
No.
bit.
Ooh.
I'm telling
Those
you,
are-
man. Burton.
I'm used to seeing those drop. I think those
Yeah.
are gonna drop every time now.
Yeah.
Burton's a dude, man. He is.
He is. So, I mean, what do you do if those moving screens aren't called, right? Like,
Pat's
I mean,
got to scream at him. He's got to scream at him. Those are when you.
Because what's happening is like Louisville's on-ball defender is not even in a position to like get.
They can't.
They
Recover.
can't recover at all. They're
at
out
all.
of the play.
And you're taking him out of the play an extra foot. You're setting the screen, and when he goes to go to get around, you're giving yourself more room. It's giving extra 2 seconds of effort the guard has to put in to get around you. It's illegal.
come on, Daddy Fat. Let's knock 2 down here.
Those Adidas he's got on are pretty. Are those the Anthony Edwards or the James Hardens? I can't tell.
I don't know what those are. They go well with these uniforms, though.
They call me old school, but I liked when teams all wore the same
Me
shoes.
too, or at least the same color. Because Kanai's got the same shoes on as Terrence, but he's got red laces in.
Yeah.
Not that it matters though.
Yeah.
As long as they're comfortable out there.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Like that. Come on.
We
That's
do
up.
love that, especially because
Take advantage of that.
even if that was a good pass, that was still a shot clock violation.
Wear
So again,
Burton down, man. Like
Yeah.
he's getting hounded every possession. Like
He's having to do so much to get open and get for you
Yeah.
to get the ball. That's what you want. So you don't mind him getting those mid-range too, as long as he's not hitting threes and getting and ones. He's gonna have to work for anything he is getting.
any questions, as we're kind of sitting here at a commercial break, any questions on, or, to ask the chat?
We got anything? We got
yeah,
any
we could-
comments, Zach, in the chat? Any new comments in the chat?
A couple people said something about Chuck in that pass, that errant pass he made over there.
Right into
Yeah.
the 3 defenders, triple coverage.
Oh yeah, Johnny
Oh
Coles.
yeah.
By the way, Burton and Shrewsbury both have played 25 minutes so far. So yeah, I mean, you want to continue to see them, get worn down because they are when
They're
they're on
working
the
for
floor,
everything they're getting.
Oh, yeah,
everything is and everything's going.
That had to
through
be the
them.
game plan too, and you know it is. They've watched Burton and Shrewsbury these last 5-6 games they've had just
Yeah.
come tear these teams up in win or loss.
I mean, am I wrong in saying like when you have a point guard like Burton, like I mean, this feels like a Notre Dame team that like you put them in an old school Big East tournament where like Syracuse used to go on those
Oh,
runs
yeah,
just
he'd
on the
be-
back of one guard,
his
like Johnny
one-on-one
Flynn.
ability, his
Yeah.
one-on-one ability.
I
is
mean,
just-
they just I don't know. I just like I'm not gonna sit here and try to gaslight anyone saying this is like a
this team should be better though.
Yeah, they should be
that's
above
two
500.
really
And-
talented guards.
And Tay Davis, he's not his brother, but he has the same type of game. He's very
Yeah.
I wanted to shout out the baseball team earlier. I wanted to
Yeah.
give
No,
them a
I mean,
shout out. Sorry
Let's
to
talk.
interrupt
No,
there,
I
Zach.
mean, yeah, let's talk about that
Huge
real
ranked
fast,
win
why don't
again today against Arizona. 13-1 was it?
we? Yeah, so they
I didn't even
played.
get to see the final score. I was watching it live, and I know that they were just kind of running it up on them. And then coming off a big walk-off victory last night or Friday night
Yeah.
against Texas.
Yeah, so they win 2 out of 3 all against ranked teams. That's the kind of start you want to see the Louisville baseball team get off to. I know it's been since COVID. Really, it's been kind of a challenge to get the vibes that were around that program back.
yeah.
So I mean, that's been the most noticeable thing to me is the confidence and the overall camaraderie around that team has been really fun to watch. Be interested to get another member of the baseball team on and kind of pick their brain a little bit about, what went into, those teams being so good, in like 2012-ish to 2020, like, what went into that and how do you get back to that? I think that you're seeing more of the, the team unity, if you will.
The chemistry.
The
And I
chemistry
think the
is really
big
good.
thing is like Louisville's best teams have always had a dominant Friday night starter.
Yeah.
And Patrick Forbes, I was reading some of the like he was picking up national praise from his performance on Friday. And like you just look at Louisville's best teams, they've always had a guy that can go get you the first one of the series.
Yeah.
And if Patrick Forbes, I mean, look, I'm not gonna say I know a ton, but it seemed like he's a guy that nationally at least is a true ace of sorts. And obviously the lineup, I think Zion Rose, we all know him, Eddie King Jr., another guy. So yeah, I mean, look, some of my best memories have been postseason baseball at Jim Patterson Stadium, regardless of sport.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like they're well on the way of getting back towards something like that.
Chuck.
Love that.
Oh man, I
And how
almost
about-
would have let them play on, but
We'll take the fouls. You see, Notre Dame now has 4 fouls, 4 consecutive fouls called on them, and finally, Cater Traore back in the game. I don't know if there's just a mismatch that they're seeing that they're trying to take advantage of, or they feel like Cater doesn't match up well with this Notre Dame team. I'm a little
I
confused
think
about.
it's the opposite. The way Cater can go up so quick with a team that's sagging off and leaving, attacking players open. I think Cater can do a lot of damage.
I mean,
off the catch.
are we just icing the free throw shooter here? Like, what's going on?
It's a bit weird.
I'm trying to figure out who the foul was called on. Maybe
Flagrant? I mean, it wasn't a flagrant. Potentially, I don't. Okay, he just bad camera work there.
Traore though only 6 minutes so far in this game.
Yeah, no, I don't know what the reasoning is, but if he can knock down free throws like that, doesn't even touch the rim.
Yeah.
I think him coming back just really, not only did it help the rotation, but it just kind of added another piece to the puzzle.
Yeah, another
He's getting
dimension.
physical with Tay down low right
Yeah.
now. I like that. It's not. Yeah, great denial there. Great denial there. Didn't give.
Made
up
him
much.
catch the
Yeah,
ball
we'll
at the
take-
3-point line. I mean,
Oh,
and they call
that's a
that.
chippy foul. This is brutal. Some brutal foul calls here. But I mean, look, Louisville is like right at that point where they could absolutely blow this thing open with a couple more good offensive possessions. So
You could let him right back in it with
Yeah.
a couple lapses on. defense.
absolutely.
Almost a moving screen there. You wanted to. You could tell.
He want, he wanted to throw that hip in there.
Great defense by.
That's very.
What?
Oh my goodness.
I think he blew his whistle after the ball had already come off the rim.
That was a late call, but I did think he got him on the forearm. It looked like super late call though. Wait to see if it went in or not to call that. It's just.
You've seen that way more common in college this year. The wait till
Is that this year? Is that I didn't?
It's literally been this year. I mean, I don't know if it was I mean, just from what I probably couldn't speak on last year, but it feels like this year it's been way more common, at least in Louisville games.
Yeah, it's.
Tay Davis has not touched the. I mean, he has not missed a. He's got to be 6 for 6 the second half.
Definitely hasn't missed one in the second half. I don't think.
Yeah, thanks for tightening up just a little bit on Notre Dame's end.
Yeah, they're sagging so
Great.
far. You've got to force 14 to be a defender.
That
There
is
you
so
go.
good.
That was
Went to the left
fantastic.
hand, offhand.
Yeah, again, I mean, this is the point in the game right now where you kind of put the nail in the coffin. Louisville's defensive intensity has stepped up quite a
They're
bit.
going to try to take advantage of this matchup here, but
Yeah,
Cater
they are. Cater's got that length, though, dude. I mean, he's not going to be pushed around. Yep. Another foul call. God, this is going to become an issue, guys. Because
we're in the bonus now with 9 minutes left. 10 minutes left, I mean.
Obviously, Tay Davis hasn't missed, but I can't imagine Burton's a bad free throw shooter.
only person really in foul trouble right now is James Scott.
He initiated that contact, man.
Yeah.
He initiated all of that. How is that a foul?
Yep.
Yeah.
Javon Hadley only has
Didn't
one.
swipe.
Fat has 2. Rain has 1. Chuck has 2. So really, the only person in true foul trouble is James Scott.
I'm not big on coaches that hug the refs all game, but like, I think you've got to make a point here, just to have a conversation, because like if they're in the double bonus the last 7 minutes of the game, the way they're calling those touchy fouls, I mean and they haven't missed a free throw the whole second half. So I mean, until they miss one, you're basically giving them 2 free points. Shoot that.
There you go, Chuck.
Not normal for our offense.
Yeah, not normal at all.
The
But
way
look,
that
you'll
Notre
take
Dame's
it.
been defending the mid-range.
They're sagging off so
the
much.
mid-range
Yeah.
has been there for whoever's wanted it all night long. We're not used to taking that shot. We're not used to looking for that shot. So Chucky's finally realizing they're going to give him that space at 10 feet away. He's going to take it.
Oh, wow.
12 feet.
Another screen that just totally took the on-ball defender out of the play.
But, we'll take a
Not a
brick
single
three
call.
all
Not
day.
one call on it. There it
Great
is.
pass.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll
James.
take it.
I saw her face. I saw her face.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Get that lead back up. Back to 11. Forced a timeout here.
Any thoughts from the broadcast team about foul trouble or anything? They haven't really been talking about that much. I need the soothing tones of Debbie Antonelli in my ear
I need to hear
right
Debbie
now.
real quick. Just calm me
so
down.
I just got a text. I'm getting text from let's just say someone that works in the athletic department that's in the ticket sales industry, that Debbie Antonelli just talked about the Select a Seat event. So yeah, I mean, look, not only do we win when she's on the call, but like I said earlier, she's got some insights that
She
the
does.
typical broadcaster doesn't have. So
Yeah.
Help him promote.
yeah.
There you go. I mean, how many calls has Debbie been on? I mean, it's got to be 8.
It kicked off with the
Battle for Atlantis. That's right. So she called all 3 games for that. So they have lost. They lost the one.
Was she
game
on the
against
call for the third
Oklahoma.
one?
I don't know. It was kind of.
I know she was on the call for the first 2, but
Well, that was Thanksgiving weekend. We kind of had that on the background, I think. But, yeah, you got to love when Debbie's on the call. It feels like just good vibes.
We've got 2.8K watching. Oh, that's cool.
Kyle on the Twitter chat says, too darn nervous. I need 4 Loco Roman to emerge.
Roman, you gonna break out the 4 Loco, or are we just sticking to fruit snacks tonight?
Do I need to open up? No, I'm not touching the fruit snacks. That's
No fruit snacks. Fruit snacks
were
were
come
bad.
back and do something different. We got a new spot. No fruit snacks.
Yep, they were bad
Brought my
juju.
favorite drink.
I think I think. Oh, what'd you say? Go ahead.
Michael on the YouTube chat said, "Will Rain break Taekwon's 3-point in season record?"
The question was, will Rain break Taekwon's record? And I think absolutely. So he's at 100 right now. Needs to get to 123 to break it. So I think we see at least one or two more tonight. Quick math: you have 5 games left, so you need to average what? Right at 4 threes per game, essentially.
Is that a regular season record or?
It's a total season record.
Total
so
season
that's
record.
Taekwon Dean in 2004, 2005, where they played 3 games in the Conference USA tournament, and then
Went to the Final Four.
5 games in the NCAA tournament. So
Fun fact: little 8-year-old Ty Spalding was in attendance in St. Louis for that Louisville, Illinois Final Four matchup.
Wow.
that's a great memory to have.
Yeah. Or no, I would have been. I was gonna
I would have
been
say
7. I would have been 7.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's one of my earliest U of L memories.
That team was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, this team reminds you of, my wife was saying earlier as well, it reminds you of like that 2013 team, the 2005 team. Like, it has those kind of vibes where you trust them at the end of games. The camaraderie is like, they're just a fun team to cheer for. There's nobody on this team that you have any hesitancy, speaking for their character or for, who they are as a player. Just really just thoroughly enjoyable to watch in general. But yeah, I mean, that 2005 team has been not heavy on a lot of people's minds, but actively on our minds because they were honored.
Yeah,
a
and
week
I
ago.
mean, speaking for me, like my age group, like Taekwon was like the first, for me at least, like the first player that I was like, emotionally, like, as from a fan perspective, like, that was the guy for me. Obviously, then that grew into the Sivas, but Taekwon was for people my age, like the first guy that they really gravitated towards.
Yeah, and they had that kind of fall off season the year after, but Taekwon was still, a great player.
That is
on
a
that team
massive
after.
break for Louisville.
That was
is there.
massive.
Shrewsbury open look, and then an offensive rebound went right to him.
Burton open for 3.
Yeah.
Would have been another open 3.
But it was just good to see Taekwon back in the Yum. Like, he's, I think he may have had, a little falling out with Louisville.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think, it started with Kenny Payne. Like, for all the things Kenny did wrong, he got Taekwon back in Louisville. And then that kind of kick-started into, what took place with the reunion. So
A player that's not talked about
They're
near
in the
enough
2-3 zone here.
in Louisville lore.
They just got to stop in the 2-3 zone. We weren't able to find the lob.
Oh, goodness.
Jay Davis, coast to coast. Wow.
There we go. Get it right back here, though.
Right back. And
There you
one.
go, Cater.
yes,
There you go.
come on.
Love that. Ooh.
Into
Cater
the
into the
crowd.
third row, Jerry Smith style.
That's huge.
You do love to see that.
So we like there.
Yeah.
But
that's the identity of a Pat Kelsey team right there, right? Like, yeah, Notre Dame comes down and gets a tough bucket, but there was no hesitation whatsoever from anybody on the floor that the ball was getting inbounded and going right down the other way. So
we have 57, by the way.
I was going to say, I don't know why we haven't updated the score
Scorekeeper's
yet,
having a
but
terrible night.
58,
there we go.
56.
56, 57, 58.
This is going to drive me absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I hate that.
I'm going to lose my mind.
I think you get one more stop here.
Surely that's not the case in the
And then-
in the arena, though, right?
Get a stop here and go down and hit a 3, and this game's over.
There it is. There it is.
That's
Come on, Rain. Stay with him.
my mentality here. Great defense there.
Heads up.
Rain's open.
Ooh.
Chucky knew it, but
Yeah.
John didn't see it.
There it is. Hadley in the corner. Boom! Love that.
What we want. Yes, sir.
Boom!
That's what you had to have right there, and you got it.
Let's put him away, fellas.
Right. I mean, it was a 7-9 point game for so
Yeah,
long.
Chuck. Come on, Chuck.
Great
Sorry,
defense
sorry,
there.
Tress.
No, you're good. You're good.
Hands up. Good D.
Oh, he's got to be out of bounds there.
I was gonna say it was pretty close.
Ref's right there. thought he was too, but I know the refs right there, so they got to see it.
No way. Great board.
Let me
Come on,
just.
push it, push it.
That felt forced.
No, James. Okay, good stuff.
Shoot that, Chuck.
Are we worried about the tape on Chuck's thigh?
Hadley's feeling it.
2 in a row.
Hadley feeling
Come
it.
on,
There you go.
Javon, timeout.
Let me just say, guess who sparked this run? Traore came into the game,
Yeah.
and he's had like 3 or 4 defensive possessions.
Yep.
He's had
2
an
big
and
rebounds.
one.
I would love to know the coaching staff's kind of thoughts behind not playing him for so long. I mean, look, right now you're looking at minutes from players on the floor. Louisville has guys that have played 22, 28, 28, 28, and 30 minutes. And then you have Abubakar Traore who's played 9 minutes. And in that time, Abubakar Traore has played 11 minutes. I was looking at Kanai. But in that time, an assist, 2 rebounds,
Louisville's really not in this commercial.
3 for 3 from the field,
ACC commercial.
or 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Not
Excuse
in
me.
it at all.
Yeah,
And it's this year. Like if it was the last year commercial, like if the other teams were from last year's players, I get it.
not a single Louisville player.
Got Cooper Flag in the video, and we can't get a Chuck.
There you
Okay,
go.
it
There
is.
you go.
They hurt us.
There's James.
That's new. This is a new one then.
Louisville does not make these ACC network commercials very much.
I
Football,
swear, at the beginning of the season, we were not in this.
in football, they are included quite a bit, but for the basketball promos, for
I think
whatever
at the
reason,
beginning of the year, they were obviously using last year's stuff, and they were making it quicker changes, so you
Right.
could barely even tell it was last year's.
Right.
players, But
just like had to show like LLs
I
for
noticed it.
a
Like,
millisecond.
a couple people on Twitter tweeted at me saying, "Are you guys noticing that Louisville's not in this?" But Terrence
Yeah.
Edwards in that one. That's
There
what
we
like
go.
to see there.
We got Fat included. So Louisville out to an 18-point lead all of a sudden. As Ty suggested, I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with, you played basically the same 5 guys that's included Cater Traore instead of, you've had a little bit less James Scott,
Yeah. They've
less
done well
Noah
on Rain
Waterman.
tonight.
Yeah. It's been
He hasn't, I mean, he's shot well, but he hasn't gotten loose as much as we would have.
no.
And how the way everybody else is getting defended on the perimeter, you could tell that he's a priority out there when he's on the floor.
I would love, obviously, plus minus is not an indicative stat, but I think in a vacuum in this game, I would love to see what Traore ends. He's been on the
Yeah, so
floor for
he's-
this entire run.
Yeah.
Right. So he's at a plus 12. Highest on the team right now is James Scott at plus 23.
Wow.
So
James Scott's kind of been playing throughout this entire.
Rain
Stretch,
is
too.
second highest with a plus 14. And then Cater and Kanai are both plus 12. So, yeah.
Those are the
Plus-
all the guys.
plus
with the
minus
least
not always
minutes.
indicative
Those are the
of-
3 least minutes played.
Right. So I don't understand what the thought process was here, but I appreciate the coaching staff's willingness to kind of change things up.
Yeah,
Guys,
and you
it's
can.
not about who starts, it's about who finishes, okay, man?
But you can just tell, like, that just goes to another point of the culture and what this team does. Like, nobody,
Right.
you see Noah Waterman over, like,
Right.
congratulating, not,
Yeah,
it's a
there's no
congratulative
ego.
type
Yeah.
of on his shoulders after those 2 made threes. Like, he's not worried that he hasn't gotten in the game through this break. He's just glad to see his team out there winning. And that's a lot of everybody on this team. They just want to see the team win, and they're going to do whatever it takes. But Chuck's thigh is taped up here, fellas.
It is
He
a
didn't
little bit.
start the game like this. This is a second half thing.
Are you? I'm not saying you're wrong. I didn't notice it.
He didn't start the game. Chat, let us know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. But I don't think Chucky started the game taped up like that, unless it's like something like the tapes. It looks like it's that the wrap. It's that tan wrap stuff, and maybe it's falling down his leg.
Maybe it could.
That's
could
kind of
have.
what I'm hoping here. But
By the way, we talked about going to the halftime break.
Yeah.
Chucky not. His assist numbers have been down. He's at 6 assists now for the game. So I mean that's been a winning recipe when Chucky gets 6 or 7 assists.
Oh, and a swipe
What a-
there.
what a swipe.
good
What a
pass, heads
play.
up play,
Find Rain.
Oh, I was gonna say Cater was open, but
1-on-1. You like that matchup? Oh,
oh,
Another
Look at Traore
another
with
extended
the
possession by
three
Traore.
ball, put him away.
Traore again.
Loose ball foul on us.
Traore
Yes.
again.
Loose ball foul on them.
no, fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traore
Foul
is
Notre
an
Dame.
animal.
Yeah, you're right. They kept him in through the break, through the run
Yeah,
there.
that was fantastic.
They
Yeah,
know
I
that
mean,
they're getting a high effort level from him right now.
he basically played what 2-3 minutes in the first half. I'd have to go back and look. He was had played 2 minutes with 2 minutes left in the first half. Yeah, but I mean, he's absolutely sparked this run.
Can't put it on the floor there.
Ooh, Rain
Quick
feeling
release.
it. Oh, Rain.
Yeah, Traore's got to stay away from those stands.
He's gonna
One or two more of those.
twist an ankle like that, man.
Yeah, he's been going flying into the photographers.
I wouldn't mind full court press right now. Really put him
Kind
away.
of speed him up and just put it away real
Yeah.
fast.
Force some bad shots.
I mean, this game feels.
Chuck.
I don't know if you want to do that with Chucky's injury, though.
Yeah. Especially if this is something that's in this
Oh
game
my
here.
goodness.
Is that an and one?
Yeah, that was kind of a weak foul call. Would like to see that from a different angle. There's
This Muhammad kid, that's his
Muhammad.
first basket, Elijah, or second basket.
Yeah. Third basket, I think. First name Sir, right? Sir Muhammad?
I think I remember his recruitment.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't realize he was Al-Hashmi Muhammad's son until just now.
Really?
Like it was just today
Oh yeah.
that I kind of made the connection. But no, man, he's a solid player. Started for them tonight. I think he's got 8 or 10 points. Great look to Chuck there. But yeah, you guys are right. They're not
sagging off Javon now.
They are. I don't.
Is it double if the ball handler?
Great
Come on,
play from
Good
Chuck.
stuff, Chuck.
Oh, they just hit the GIF. They just hit
We
that.
love the finger guns. What do we have a name for that? The
20's
friendly?
barbecue out there.
Yeah, he is, man. That was rough for. Yeah,
Put him away, fellas. I love this.
if anybody is listening in and they're able to ask a question in the press conference, I'd love to know where the finger guns celebration came from. I mean, yeah, just really locking in on
I
defense.
think it's a rain thing.
Oh no, I didn't like that fall from Chucky.
I like the playing dead after though. It makes me he's in good spirits.
I was gonna say Rain is wide open.
Oof.
Still is.
Come on, we gotta get it to him, fellas.
Chucky.
That dribble alive.
There we go. Oh,
Call a timeout.
no foul there.
No travel either.
Oh, Chucky. One more.
Great pass from Rain there.
Where's Chucky? Is he like he's been out of the shot for?
Yeah, I don't know. Did he just?
on the logo? Just,
Yeah, I think he was just chilling, waiting to see if they
he
needed.
was taking that possession off. I guess nothing wrong with it.
So 16-point game. We got any other comments from the chat or anything relevant in the Twitter sphere?
On that Traore and one earlier, Michael in the YouTube chat said Cater coming towards you at full speed would be terrifying.
It would be. He's
Man,
long.
it's on
He's
the floor.
strong.
It's on the floor. Oh, it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, Cater's built like a defensive end or like an edge rusher or something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Miniature.
He's built like who's Louisville's big edge rusher number 98. That was a redshirt freshman. this
Adonijah
year.
Green.
Yeah, he's built like Adonijah Green.
Burden's. No to the no fault of Chucky. Burden's about to give Chucky a 20 piece.
Yeah,
Is he?
He is.
Yeah, I already did.
21.
8 for
21
17
and
though. I
3.
mean, I'm not.
Yeah, you'll take
I mean,
that.
he's
He
definitely
was-
hunting
you made
shots
him
for
work
sure,
for it.
but he's hunting shots. But I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah, he is. He was 5 for 12 in the first half.
They've got Tay on Chucky.
That's interesting.
You might be right about the tape, though. It seems like it just keeps sliding down his leg.
Yeah, it looks like it has gotten.
Lower since I've even said something.
Saggier. We've said the word saggy like 15 times tonight. It's been fantastic.
That should be a mismatch.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's us. The post up, or the. I don't like it either.
Yeah,
What was that mascot saying?
It's our house. Or something.
I don't know. I'm not sure what the mascot was saying, but
He's been like foaming out of the mouth all night.
he has been. What's our thoughts on Notre Dame just having a live mascot?
That's insane.
I mean, I know they're all alive, but particularly he does not have any
Just some guy
facial
dressed
coverings.
up.
Yeah. Yeah, just dressed up like.
It's a good
like-
pass.
I mean, it's. Yes, yeah, it appears.
Jump.
Jump ball.
Good D.
Come on.
Great defense, fellas.
Yeah.
Even 4 minutes left in the game. We know we've got it won.
Whoa,
We're
whoa,
still,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
okay, I
whoa,
shouldn't
whoa.
say that. I shouldn't say that. We know we've got all of the momentum in there.
Let's see.
There's still this.
9 minutes ago, Rutherford hit his.
Oh, okay. So Mike posted the "It's over" gif essentially with the guys, the sailing guys, the sailing.
That I literally texted Mike and I was like, I just want to know what song this is because like
Yeah.
it's just such a catchy song. It's like it's a dubstep remix or something.
What is it?
What candy? Is it Candy Shop?
No, it's go.
Yeah. Go, shawty. It's your birthday.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a remix or something.
In the
Yeah.
club?
Ah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we
okay.
got the Bee Gees and 50 Cent. Find me in the club. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the club. Thank you. Yeah, that was not a conversation that I'm well equipped to have. but-
Definitely not. I'm definitely not equipped to sing it out loud to give you all a hint of what we're trying to think of.
Yep. 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 Well, folks, under 4 timeout, final media timeout of the game. You would like to see Louisville kind of bring this home strong, right? Like push this out to an 18, 20 point type of win. No matter what, we talked about this a little bit in the last couple of weeks, but no matter what Pat Kelsey says, it's very apparent that Louisville is trying to keep players in a little bit longer than maybe they should and really extend these leads. And, I think for whatever reason, there's a substantial difference between a single digit and a double digit win. And Louisville's been pretty cognizant of trying to make that happen.
Yeah.
As we mentioned earlier this week, Louisville #1 in the country in 10+ point road victories with 11. So tonight looking to make it 12 10+ point road victories. What do they have to do to kind of make that happen and close it down in a positive way?
Play clean here these last 3.5 minutes here.
Yeah.
No sloppy turnovers and no giving up and ones. Go vertical on your. They're going to try to play fast.
But not to cut you off, but this just came and popped in my head. But I think we've had a tendency to play stall ball a little too soon.
Yeah.
With a lead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I agree with that.
And unless these teams cut them in, they should be 20-point road victories.
Right.
Most of those 11 should be closer to 15+ to 20+ point road victories. We let
Yes.
these teams kind of, battle it out at the end with us because we're kind of just going through the motions at the end, and I don't
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah,
hopefully,
no, I agree. But I think part of the going through the motions thing, too, is you leave the same guys in at the end of the game. And that's been kind of part of the problem is, Pat Kelsey, he really does view the walk-ons as like the scout team versus extra bodies. Like he plays them as that's like a
There we
serious
go.
reward just
Yeah.
to get in. That was a great defensive possession
take the
there.
full shot clock here.
Yeah. Now we're going to slow things down here. And this is where you've seen Louisville really, like, if they miss a shot, grab a long rebound or something here as well. They've been pretty good at grabbing those timely
Yeah,
rebounds or creating extra possessions.
Oh my
Great
God.
pass.
Get it, Chuck. Get it,
see-
Chuck. Get it, Chuck. Oh,
He's not even trying.
He's out. He's out of the play. Yeah.
That's not what you want to see right there.
Yeah. You got.
That's exactly what you're trying to
We
avoid.
got a good shot though. You just got to get back on defense.
Yeah.
Nobody there for the long rebound. Putting Trey. Yep. Blocking foul there. Try Orion to get some high intensity effort in here
I
on the
definitely think
defensive end.
if you're the guards with the ball, I'm not saying flop, but if you can throw your head, try to get a foul like this,
Right.
Take
right.
advantage of the
You're in the
aggressiveness.
bonus.
Yeah.
Get to the line and just keep the lead extended, essentially. Like what you don't want to happen here is, miss a free throw and then come down to the other end. Notre Dame hits a 3, and then all of a sudden you're down to single digits. You're giving them hope. One of the easiest shots to shoot is right now situationally for Notre Dame, right? Where, there's no pressure. If they don't make it, they're going to lose anyways. So, you just keep the foot on the gas.
Yep.
Love that.
Way to knock them both down, Fat. He take Fat out here. That's interesting.
I wonder who he put in. Maybe
Was it Traore?
it looks like Traore.
Yeah. Subbing Fat for Traore, offense for defense, maybe.
Yeah. They go right at Chuck.
yeah.
That's just a crazy game plan.
Get the ball to Chucky,
Watch your back.
please.
Oh.
Gotta
All
talk, fellas. Gotta talk.
Yeah.
He made up for that with
he-
that diving on the
he
floor.
did.
Yeah, he shouldn't be trying to go that fast. You know, get
I
the
wanna
this,
be-
this point in the
yeah.
game, get the ball in Chuck's hands. But
You don't want to look like Notre Dame or who was it, Kentucky, the other night at the end of the game where they couldn't even inbound the damn ball.
Oh yeah, that was really bad.
Pitiful. But look, I mean, any team is subject to doing that if you're not fully locked in, fully invested in what you're doing. So again, Louisville with a 14-point lead with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. We are really thoroughly enjoying these long endings to games tonight.
Look, this was a game I was nervous about, large part due to Notre Dame's guard, specifically Burton. And I mean, they're still 245, but I mean, as sluggish at times, sloppy at times, but I mean, look, this Notre Dame team is, I think they're capable. Obviously, they're not, the production isn't there, but I was nervous about this game, and certainly looks like a double-digit win. I mean, I'm sure there's things to nitpick. I'm sure, I know the rebounding is going to be probably a big talking point, but I mean, look, I think this was kind of the last game for me that obviously you can lose any game any night, but
Yeah,
this was one of the games. This and at NC State, I kind of had circled as.
after the way we played against NC State, man, I was not.
oh my
you can't do that
goodness,
kind of stuff, though.
Yeah.
Who threw that in?
That
James?
was
Was
that Hadley?
Yeah.
I think it was Hadley inbounding the ball, but yeah, again, you just want to see a clean finish here, put them away.
No, Hadley just rolled his ankle.
Oh boy.
No. He's straight off to the court to the locker
Yeah.
room. Okay.
Yeah.
He
So-
did it immediately went off.
Yeah.
How did you spot that?
That
Because
was
I was watching him the whole. I was only watching him anyway. I don't know why I was only watching him, but I watched him. He
Who do
completely.
we play next?
Florida State at home.
next you have yes. Yeah, so you have the full week off. Return home to play Florida State on Saturday. Yeah. Well, I mean, Louisville is, they're going to get to 20 wins.
What's that foul there?
I think they saw a free throw shooter they probably feel like is probably a chance of getting a miss. I mean, it's not a dumb. It's not a dumb foul. I mean,
It's not dumb. It's just you haven't. With that much time left, you believe in your defense.
I mean, they're.
Yeah, you're still in the bonus. So I think the thought with that foul is
If it's 1-on-1,
if it's a 1-on-1, you miss the front
You
end.
didn't waste any time on that possession.
Right.
I get it.
Right. I mean, Louisville has had the ball for 11 seconds this possession. So,
I get it.
right, like if Cater misses this one, then it's totally worth it. And he did.
Worked.
So
It worked out for him.
that great game plan, great scouting from them.
That's
hate
why
that.
you like. It's the little things. Like, obviously he made two.
Give me
Great
that.
Oh goodness.
Obviously he made two earlier, but like, you got to try and get the ball into
Mhm.
Chucky's hands there. I mean, I'm
Right.
sure they were denying him, but like, those are the
Or
type of
rain
things.
even. Yeah.
Yeah, you just get it to one of your guards, like Chucky, Rain, or Terrence. Like,
Is this Tay at the free throw line right now?
yeah,
He's had success getting to the rim all
Man,
night.
He
his-
has. He's a great
everything,
player, man.
everything about him is Dre. Like
It is.
the free throw shot.
Yeah. I mean, their build is very different, but their style
Yeah,
of play is very similar. Would be interesting to, if you get in a time machine and go back and Dre Davis stays and then Tay Davis stays, what does that lineup look like where you have both guys on the floor for Louisville? Because they are so similar in the way that they play.
It's good defense.
There you go. Almost out of 5 seconds there.
Forced us into a
Drawn from
timeout.
Notre Dame.
Hadley looks all right.
But look, good for Rain for not forcing anything either, right? Like,
Yeah, he.
ooh, yeah, that wasn't. We're just now seeing the ankle injury for Javon.
But he should be fine. He should be fine. Yeah, jump on
Yeah.
that, run that off.
Yeah,
Ice
like,
that up
it didn't
tonight.
look like anything where he's
He'll miss practice tomorrow, or he'll be a film
Yeah.
only to practice tomorrow. But
So Louisville should be double bonus next foul, which
Yeah.
is
Right.
yeah,
yeah. It was rough.
he stepped on another
Um,
player's foot, and it was like
but-
he never had a chance to prevent it. Really,
But I don't think it's anything. I mean, you can see he's putting full weight on his ankle. When it's a super serious sprain, yeah. I mean, look,
yeah, he's good. He's good. The
the way he's
adrenaline and-
bouncing around.
What are those white blood cells or red blood cells that go and give you the adrenaline to that ankle there? And
I don't know.
oh my god,
make you not
guys,
feel the
what are we
pain.
doing?
oh yeah,
Oh,
oh
all right.
yeah.
Oh, what a take!
Put him away. That's what I love.
I don't know
what
if
we
y'all
see
saw
right
the
there.
beginning of that possession, but we damn near turned it over.
Oh,
Chucky
yeah,
had
that
to save
was-
the ball.
Yeah, we had finger gun sighting once again. I mean, that's not a foul.
Not at all.
Not
Look.
even remotely a foul.
Yeah,
But you
touch
know
his
what? We'll
foot.
take it because
Touched his foot.
we've had a couple of those called on Louisville
Get
tonight as
Javon
well.
back out there. That's what we like to see. He's all right.
And how about this arena, by the way? I mean,
Empty.
90% Louisville
I
fans.
think I heard that
right now.
there's quite a bit of snow up there. I'm not giving Notre Dame fans an excuse. No, I'm sure.
But
We
yeah, when
showed
you're,
out in the snow.
Yeah.
when you're 11 and 13,
You just gotta love it more. I'm just kidding.
I mean, great defense there. They're just taking way too much time.
yeah, let him get to. Do not foul him there. Yeah, just
He's a good player, man.
yeah.
He is. He's great to getting at the spots he wants to get to.
He's put on a lot of muscle in college as well. I
Gotta
don't
play
know if you
fast.
remember
Gotta play
him
fast. That's a foul.
coming out of high school. He was a pretty small guy. So who's actually getting to shoot these free throws?
It looks like
Scott?
James.
It looked like it was the foul was pulling rain.
That's-
I thought. He got
I,
it away in time.
I thought that Rain had it in his hands when they called the foul.
44% on the season. Yeah, he's been 3 to 5. You're right, Ty. They've all looked good tonight.
That was the first one that didn't have rotation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I jinxed him.
Perhaps.
I'm not a commentator though. I don't have the commentator's jinx. That one looked good.
You're not a commentator.
Not yet.
You're just a regular tater,
Yeah.
not a rapper.
Y'all gotta
I like
shoot
that.
threes. I was gonna say you don't have time to.
Oh yeah,
Get it to Chucky. There you go.
2.5 Men. I watched that. Super hot fire. I spit that. Sweet dollar tea from McDonald's. I drank that. That's right.
Super hot fire.
Shoot that, Chucky.
#1 battle rap.
Yeah. There we go. Come on, Chuck.
That's a foul.
Oh my goodness.
That's a reach in. Hand check,
Yeah,
reach
I was
in
gonna
foul.
say that's the last thing that you want there is just an in rhythm open 3-point shot.
Get it to Chucky.
It's the only
Get it to
thing
Chucky.
that you
There
can't
go.
allow.
They're doubling Chucky. That's
Mm-hmm. We're fine with that though because that means that somebody's open.
Get it back out.
Yeah, all right. So Notre Dame's going to let us run the clock out mercifully so that we can get to bed on time.
Yeah, clap them up,
Boys,
fellas.
there we go. Let's get one more good basket in us here.
And one.
Chuck,
He's too little.
love to see it.
Rock him like a baby. Put them guys to sleep. Rock him like a baby. Leave him on the side of the road after that. That's a charge.
There we go.
Charge!
Let's go.
Is he hurt
Let's go.
though? Is he hurt though? Is he hurt though?
Oh, God. Chuck, you just get the wind knocked
Yeah.
out of him?
Yeah, go sit down, little. Yeah. Too little.
Pat's like, I'm a
Got
dad.
rock to sleep and left on the side of the road.
I'm a dad now.
Roadkill, rock to sleep.
Don't mess with me.
Rock the roadkill to sleep. Leave him there. Yeah, it is that ace bandage.
It's that ace bandage on his leg.
Yeah. Chuck, get up, Chuck. No, I think he did too. I think he just got plowed in the chest.
Go score this possession.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, dude. I'd like to see a replay. That'd be
You
great.
guys want to play like that down 15 with 30 seconds left?
Yeah, it looks like he got the wind knocked out of
Yeah.
him.
They trying to hurt Chucky.
God damn, dude. He threw a whole shoulder into it. Oh, that's
Yeah, no, that's fine. We're good.
but-
Yeah. Yeah, like right. Let's hear your best. They trying to hurt Chucky. Everybody, throw it in there.
They
Let's go.
trying to hurt Chucky.
Yeah, I can't beat that.
Get a bucket, Terrence.
Yeah, I think
Get
we're
a
gonna,
bucket.
We're gonna run this out.
Let him get a bucket, Pat. Come on. Push it to 18. Run an ATO.
Little ATO to end the game.
Run something here.
Shout out to the Louisville fans, though. Yeah, again, a solid. Yeah, solid away crowd showing.
The weight crowd's right behind the
Solid showing from the team. I think you take away a lot that you can still work on, which is what you love, right? Like a 15-point road conference victory to go to 20 wins on the season, second place in the conference, and yet you kind of come away from this game thinking like, okay, there's a lot that you could improve on.
How do we feel about Kaysen with the KP chain?
Yeah, he has the KP chain on.
Man,
the
he's-
KP chain on.
the ice on that wrist is woo.
Yeah, but
I like his little
just-
custom U of L jacket. Or it might not be custom, but the cursive underneath it looks like it's something that's not like you can just go buy it on a rack somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
was a
much longer than just are you
long
are you all
conversation,
right
yeah.
type thing.
They gotta know each other from when Shrews was at Penn State.
I
Yeah,
like
that's
it
what
when
it
our
is.
injured players wear Louisville gear. Is that weird? Is that my weird?
Yeah, I want everybody to dress
I wish
out.
Corin would wear the Louisville gear. He does in town,
Yeah.
like when they were, home games. It looks like he does, but the away games he wears what he wants. It seems like.
Seems like Kaysen kind of just shows up like in some slippers. I feel like I'd like show up like in a suit, like I'm a coach.
Initial thoughts upon
Yeah,
the post game, fellas. What do you
thoughts.
think before we get out of here? Wrap things
I
up
mean,
and
like
stuff?
there, I don't want to be greedy in saying this, but I think that there's a lot that Louisville could stand to work on. Like Notre Dame was a very individualistic team, right?
Yeah.
And Louisville at times still struggled to defend them. So I think if you're the coaching staff, that's a bit of a concern, right? But overall, you didn't play into their hands. You dictated the pace of the game. Louisville hit timely shots when they needed to. They made great defensive plays when they needed to. Overall,
I
they
think we
did what-
badgered on it, but we played well with the ball. I don't think
Yeah.
the last couple games, I think we've been really sloppy. And tonight, I didn't see a lot of that sloppiness like we had, at least not in the second half at all.
Yeah, I think for me, just the defensive rebounding with James and Noah specifically, clean that up, and then I just want like more like obviously it'll help the team, but like just for Noah's psyche, like he just needs to get into a rhythm.
Yeah.
It's just it didn't hurt Louisville in this game; they were able to work around it, but like. If teams are really able to sag off and take away Hadley, getting a one-on-one in the post, like that,
Right.
that could be a difference maker in a game down the road. So, yeah, if they could get Noah going, and then positives like we talked about it. I think Traore gave great minutes. Chucky was outstanding. Terrence, just a balanced effort, and look, a 15-point win. I would have signed up in a second if you'd have
Yes.
told me at 7:55 in 2 hours Louisville wins by 15. Will you take that? I would have said yep.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and then a week off. So Hadley and Chucky didn't look like anything too serious. So get them healthy, and this Florida State team is like the sun and the moon. Like it's like one game they'll beat. They went into Wake Forest where Steve
Right.
Forbes doesn't lose there. They
Yeah.
beat Wake Forest, and then they come home and get drummed by 30.
Yeah.
So don't play with your food there, and then keep the train rolling.
Yeah, just take care of business as we're going forward. Stat of the game, I'm going to go Louisville, Notre Dame were tied rebounding wise, but Louisville had 16 assists to 7 for Notre Dame. And that's really the story of this game, right? Is that Louisville is the epitome of what you want to see in a tournament team. They share the ball really well. They shoot the ball really well, especially make a lot of timely shots. solid defensive cohesion.
Yep.
Notre Dame kind of the opposite of that, right?
Yeah, we
Like,
don't. I was about to say we don't rely too heavily on anyone offensively to
No.
create, not create, but to score. While all of their offense comes from the attention that Shrewsbury and
right.
Burton command. So
5 guys with 10+ points tonight. Just a lot of balance across the board. We talked a lot tonight about Cater Traore. He didn't play a lot to start the game, but he finished the game really strong. Louisville, Notre Dame came ready for Louisville's game plan. Louisville adjusted, and ultimately, you saw the fruits of that labor with a 15-point victory. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Just want to thank the 502 Circle, Floyd Street Media. I've gotten to know the folks behind the operation, and just really, really grateful and appreciative that we have a top-notch collective, and just continuing to push things forward, cutting edge. So yeah, thanks for having me. We'll have to do it again. Louisville did win, so I am open to coming back. If they had lost, probably would not be back.
Would have been one and done.
But yeah, no, just thank you all for having me, and like I said, just really excited about what the Circle has going on, and really excited about the future of everything.
And tell people where they can find you as well.
Yeah, so cardinalsports.com, Louisville.rivals.com, and look, like it's $10 a month. We have good info, good scoops, but I've done this like 3 or 4 times, and like I don't say this to like brag or anything, but like I've like every month I take a portion of what we make from the website and donate it to 502 Circle. So you support us indirectly. Some of your funds are going to help the cause. So yeah, check us out if you're into the message board type thing. But yeah, like I said, just really appreciate y'all having me, and we'll have to do it again.
Got to do it again. Anybody that comes in and Louisville wins, got to come back.
Yeah.
Roman, any final thoughts?
no, I just shout out to Zach from Floyd Street Media and the 502 Circle for
Yes.
letting us come on and do this, and can't wait to be back.
That's right. At Pressmeyer, at Romy Bean, at the State of Lou, at 502 Circle, at Floyd Street Media. Until next time, let's get out of here. Go Cards. Let's get another dub next week.
Go Cards.
Go Cards, guys.